How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? It's Jeremy here with another video for you guys, and today's Self-Aware Sunday is anxiety. Now, there's many, of course, there's your core aspects of anxiety, which is having a very overwhelming, not negative feeling, but just a feeling of uncertainty towards something, whether an event or, just something in life. And, honestly, I could say I fight anxiety almost every day. I do something different in life. Back when I was, middle schooler and going into high school, anxiety was probably the sole reason I didn't do a lot of things in school. Because I was so worried, scared, anxious of of things, of either what could happen after I tried them, if I failed, if I, got into it, what would I do after? Um, what would I do if I happened to do this situation and it led to the whole school laughing at me? What would I do if if I went and asked this girl out and half her friends remember that day and they still laugh about it to this day, that kind of situation. And so I kind of went through life very, very scared. Very seldomly did I ever push the boundaries of my own. What's the word I'm looking for? Of my own risk taking, right? I always decided to stay inside my own little bubble. I never wanted to leave it. If I wanted to leave that bubble, it was only for things that people would tell me, "Hey, go, go try this." Sorry, not bad hair, but just bad hair day. I didn't really comb my hair. I just put a hat on as soon as I showered and everything. So hair is kind of a mess. But anyways, back to topic. Jesus, it was just always a situation of I was scared to do things, and I didn't know exactly how I was going to move on with life, knowing that if I never got over my anxiety, I would be stuck in the same old bubble every single day of my life, and there would be nothing better for me to do, but to possibly just die. And and it sounds dark and it sounds deep as fuck, but at the end of the day, it was just me being stupid, me not wanting to try new things. And I went into high school, and I'd say high school, I was dating this girl, and she was the one that asked me out. She was the one that pretty much said we were dating. I was the one that let her do all the call, all the shots on that situation. I was the one doing the things that a man's supposed to do in a relationship. After I asked family and friends and parents and my brother, and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, she's the one that initiated the relationship. She's the one that initiated the conversations, everything like that. And so, going into high school, after we broke up after my sophomore year, and she had put me in she told me to get out of my comfort level. She told me to stop being so anxious about things. That the only way I'm ever gonna have fun in life was gonna honestly to be, stop being so scared about things. That I had to learn that everything in life is gonna have it's gonna have something that comes out of any situation or reaction that I might do. So whether that's me going and playing football and trying to do my best to be a good player for the team, or me going into to parties and going to hangouts and stuff like that I usually never did. I did a couple hangouts maybe a month, but she was the one that kind of made me start deciding, hey, let's go here, let's go here, like let's not just do this or do that. Like it does get boring. And the thing is that I'm one of those kids that I love solitude. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I love being, I wouldn't say alone because that's a whole different situation, but I love being by myself. Because alone means that I have no one to reach out for, at least to me. And I have so many people to reach out for, but to be by myself, to be in my own headspace, to be in my own environment, that's what I feel most comfortable in. And so, she liked to go with me. I mean, for me, my environment back then was going up to, to the mountains, just parking the car somewhere and just hiking maybe 5 minutes and finding a nice little spot to kind of just look at, look at the skies, look at the mountain ranges, stuff like that. And, it was just, that was what took away my anxieties. And, going into my sophomore year, the more we fought, And the more I had issues with family and friends, and losing a loved one in that year, my anxieties all came back. It hit me harder. It caused me to go right back down the spiraling hole, and I went from being started to become a confident kid in what I was doing in life, to a kid right back to square one. I mean, I lost in that time who I thought was going to be the love of my life. I lost one of my really good buddies, and I lost my spot on the team because I didn't make grades, because I let everything else get to me, and I let anxiety and the anxious feeling of, am I good enough for this? Am I good enough for that? Am I doing things right? I let all of that get to me, and at the end of the day, it led to me losing a lot of things, but it also led to me being able to understand I can't afford to lose these things again. So I might as well go ahead and try my damn well hardest to get out of this comfort zone, out of these comfort levels, and try to do my best to be better. So with that being said, I went into my junior year with a newfound determination, and it led well into my senior year. My senior year, I still had some anxious moments. Like, I didn't do public speaking, but even though people wanted me to, because they thought, with the things I had gone through, the things I knew, maybe people would listen. I'm still anxious to talk in front of people. I'm still anxious to go, do things in public, or go through things, when I was, when I had jobs and stuff like that. Go ask for raises, go ask for stupid shit like that. I'm still anxious about that shit, but that's because that's just the way I am. I always thought that people will see the effort you put in and reward you for it. But in a good way, not just because I'm saying, hey, I did 2 hours of work, give me something. No, I mean, like, if these guys see constant good work, good efforts, value in me, then that's when I thought, okay, these guys will probably come to me and just tell me, hey, and like, great job, here's some sort of raise, right? And I mean, there was moments I did such things, and I earned my moments like that, but I never asked for them when I thought I needed to, because I didn't think that time was the most appropriate. Who knows? I might have lost out on some money. I might have, I never took advantage of those kind of situations. And going back to that, I heard many stories of people that met me after after I started really working in life. Because, when I was in high school, I worked a little bit, but not too much. But, we had a couple situations at my work, where I used to work, that a guy came in and he asked for the owner. And I happened not to be there that day. But they asked for the owner, and they told the owner, hey, I've known Jeremy since he was in football, and I think I know to this day who it is, but never found him, never found out who it actually was. But they told him, I can't believe how well you turned this kid around. And I really do have to give props to my to my ex-boss, and to to the owners of that company, because everyone in that company helped me come out of my shell. Because even when I was working, I was a quiet, just to myself kid. I was a yes ma'am, no, yes sir kind of kid, that never really understood that they wanted to see me kind of take a leap of faith, right? And so when they started giving me opportunities to rock everything I could and do everything I could, I took advantage the best way I could. God, that's a lot of coulds. I took advantage of a lot of things that I saw, and I made the best of it, and I learned my from experiences, and I learned not to be so anxious, and that's something I take into life now. There is still moments of that I get anxiety, and honestly, the way to battle it for me has always been just, I gotta find my happy place. I gotta find a place where I can go sit down, relax, kind of just take things through, and reevaluate everything, and make sure that whatever I'm doing it right, and whatever I'm going to do, I'm going to do it right. And it was just, I still have moments. I mean, I still have moments right now, right? I have very anxious moments when I have to talk to this camera, because I don't want to fuck up. I don't want to say something stupid. I don't want to say something where I know I'm gonna be fucking maybe laughed at or sought after for the longest times, and that's just the way I am. And I think I've done better with these videos, especially than I have in the past. Because there was a couple videos that, oh God, Lord, I think if I could do those over again, I might as well. And but it's the anxiety is leaving. It's not as bad as it used to be, and honestly, I think it's just because I've learned to have more confidence in myself. I learned to have more risk taking capabilities that I didn't have before. I learned that every risk is going to either have a reward or it's going to have a punishment. But at the end of the day, how are we going to know which one was which if we don't take those leaps of faith? If we don't take every risk, you're never going to win. Because I've always been told that every action's always going to have a reaction, no matter what. And so whatever you do in life, you might as well go for the punches, because if not, it's going to punch you right back. And I learned that the hard way, but I learned to cope with it afterwards, and I've done everything in my power ever since to make sure that I do better. So like right now, I could tell you guys honestly, with this whole, COVID-19 thing, it's been a kick in the ass. But I've learned to adapt and learned to further myself a little bit better to be able to adapt to those situations and not be so anxious about shit. I went into a lot of situations in life where I was so anxious, and then one or two situations where I talked to somebody or I really thought it through, and the anxiety kind of left, and I kind of knew whatever decision I take, good or bad, it's gonna do something to either better me or it's gonna do something to humble me. And I learned that very quickly. I learned that very, very fast. And I'm not going to allow myself to ever be bested in that situation again. Because I swear to God, that was probably one of the worst things, I let happen to me. Is I let anxieties and I let worries, get the best of me. Because I didn't go to prom. And, at the end of the day, yeah, I don't really see that situation. But I know that could have been a cool story to tell my kids. That could have been a cool story to tell, family, but at the end of the day, I didn't do it. It was a conscious decision within myself to say, although I want to, I don't want to, because the need to want to go to a dance that's with someone that I really did not want to go with, because there wasn't, I was the fat kid in school. Nobody wanted to go with the fat kid. I'd have to go ask, the most random person that probably felt pity, and I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to go and have that be a pity party for the fucking fat kid in school just because people want to do that kind of shit. And so I learned to just keep going through it and just move on with shit. I'm not gonna allow that to overcome me. And yeah, now it's the anxiety is not as bad, and I just had to learn to cope with shit and go through life bettering myself and bettering the situations around me to where anxieties might not have to be as tough. So this video was a little bit harder because it's a hard subject to put into words. I say that all the time, and that's what I mean by my anxiety. But this one really is hard because I can't explain to you guys exactly what goes here, but I can tell you from experience that it's a lot better in life once you figure out how to, get rid of it a lot easier. And so I just thanks for watching, and once again, I hope you guys have had a wonderful day. I hope you guys are doing good throughout this whole quarantine shit. I'm at 156 subscribers, I believe, now, or somewhere around there. I can't thank you guys enough. You guys have been an amazing group of people that have been following me, and I'm sure sharing my shit. So we'll continue to grow, and hopefully we hit the numbers I want to hit this year. If not, hey, it was worth a try. We've grown enough that I see seem fit. So we're getting close to the end of this season for this series. So keep in mind that if you guys want me to talk about anything, put it in the comment section down below. And if I haven't done it already, I'll of course put it in the next video, as well as go check out my my other series, or not my other series, my other season, and this season as well, previous videos if you guys haven't already. And let me know what you guys thought about those, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.